husband totally unexpectedly died. And I knew he wouldn't because he still had a prophecy over him. So I thought, well, the prophecy hasn't come to pass, so he's not going anywhere. When he died, I thought maybe the Lord's going to resurrect him. I actually believed that because this prophecy was not fulfilled. And I thought maybe it's going to be 3 days. And it didn't happen. And I couldn't get my head around that. I was devastated. You have no idea. When you've lost the other half, we're amazed. We had this incredible marriage, this incredible relationship we had. And he died. And I was devastated. I was grief-stricken beyond words. You have no idea. I have no children living near me. I'm all on my own. I thought the only thing I can do, I ran to the Lord. I ran to him. I was on my knees for an hour every morning to him in prayer and supplication and tears and anguish. And we had a business together, and I was just the sidekick. I was the one, he was in the driver's seat and I was the co-pilot. I had to take over this business. I remember the first day turning on the computer and looking at it and thinking, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know how to do this. And I had to learn real quick because I have to keep a roof over my head. And so as soon as the funeral was over and everyone had gone, bang, I didn't have time to grieve. I had to work. I had to work and work and work. That's all I did is work. But I wasn't coping. And I had nobody around me, not one person. And I just had to hear another voice in the house. And I had to feed on the Word of God because it's the only thing that kept me intact. And so I had got rid of Sky TV. Bruce loved his sports. I thought, I can't afford Sky. I got rid of Sky. My girlfriend was coming to stay. Her husband was sick. She said, let's get Freeview. So we got Freeview for my girlfriend's husband to watch while she came to stay with me for a week. So I thought, right, I'll search the stations. I'll try and find something to watch. And I was just flicking through and I stumbled across First Light Television. And I heard these preachers preaching the solid, meaty Word of God. The teaching was phenomenal. And some days I would sit there from sun up till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, feeding on First Light. And some days I would just sit in this chair and cry all day. But First Light would really numb the pain, and it got me through each day. And that's all I was just trying to get through each day. So Bruce died in the September. I started watching First Light almost immediately. And then there was this particular day, I was sitting in the armchair watching First Light and Doug Batchelor was on. I only started to recognise one pastor in that, or preacher, and that was Doug Batchelor. So I thought, oh, I know this guy, he's really good, he says good things, I like this guy. And he said, I'm going to talk about the Sabbath and how I came to the realisation of the Sabbath. He started sharing his testimony of how he came to the realisation of the Sabbath. And I'm listening to him, and all of a sudden, because I was a Sunday keeper, right, Baptist, that the lids fell from my eyes. I tell you, my jaw hit the ground. Boom, my jaw hit the ground. And I said out loud to the television, he's right. He's right. And then I remember I looked up at God and I said, because I thought I better inform God of this, I said, he's right. And at that moment, I understood the Sabbath. At that moment, I became a Sabbath keeper. I had been doing Saturday training meetings once a month, and I knew I'd just pull the plug on those straight away. And it terrified me because I thought, I'm going to lose my income. It's going to go down. If you're not working with your team, you're going to lose money. But then I heard Ron Halverston, I think that's his name, sharing how his father got the realisation of the Sabbath and how he quit his job because his boss wouldn't give him the Sabbath off, and then how on his walk home from work, he heard a voice yelling behind him, and it was the boss running saying, okay, you can get Saturday off as long as you work Sunday. And of course he got more money if he works out Sunday, so it worked out beautifully for him. I thought, if God can do that for Ron's dad, he can do it for me. And so I just stopped all my training meetings. And that is
February.
March, well, turning 45, that's 16 months ago now. And so I began to just feed on First Light from that November. It was November I became an Adventist, a Sabbath keeper. And I watched First Light and I watched First Light. I watched it till about July of 2020. And then around July 2020 I said, you know what, Lord? I want to meet one of these Seventh-day Adventist people. I want to see what they're like. And so I remember I grabbed my cell phone and I Googled Seventh-day Adventist church near me, and 3 popped up. It was Cambridge, Hamilton, and there was one other which I don't remember. And I sat there with this phone in my hand and looking at these 3, and I said, okay, Lord, which one? And I put the phone down. That was it. 2 days later, right? 2 days later, I went to the mailbox. I opened the mailbox and there was this small newspaper in it called Discovery News. And I opened it and it had Noah's Ark. I thought, this is so interesting. And then another page, the Red Sea Crossing. I thought, I've seen the Red Sea Crossing on First Light. So I skimmed through it, got to the back page and saw it had Cambridge Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I thought, I burst into tears. I said, oh God, you just answered my prayer. I asked you where to go and you've just shown me. And I looked at the date, and these discovery seminars were starting on, I think it was August the something, a Friday night, and I knew I was supposed to go. And so I went over that first Friday night, and I think from memory the first Friday night was Noah's Ark. Like a jaw on the ground again, gobsmacked, absolutely gobsmacked. And at the end of it, I went up to Ross Patterson. He's so brilliant because he gave a calling. He said, if anyone wants to support us in any way, just come and see me afterwards. And I thought, I just want to throw so much money at this, but I ain't got any to throw at it. What can I do? Maybe there's something I can do. And so I began to go every Friday night after Friday night. I learnt so much. I just learnt so much. And I realised something. You know, it was Ron Wyatt that the Lord led to Noah's Ark. It was Ron Wyatt that the Lord said to where the Ark of the Covenant was. And who's Ron Wyatt? He's a Seventh-day Adventist. Because you keep the Sabbath as an Adventist, God opens up secrets and hidden mysteries to the Seventh-day Adventists because they keep his Sabbath. And I know that's to be true because since I've become one, my gifting is prophecy and it's just exploded. It's just taken off. He shows the Adventist things that he does not show the Sunday keepers. And I've been in both camps. I know this is so true, so true.